It's almost February, and while we all wait for what's next in Red Dead Online, whatever the update might be, one super important thing we don't know is what is going to happen to the in-game economy, specifically in regards to in-game currencies in Red Dead Online. We already have gold and money, roll tokens and capitali, and the latter two are not like the others and can basically just be discarded anyway, and we're going to talk about that a little later. But today on the show, we will be gauging the reception to the possibility of Rockstar further making changes to currency or overhauling a currency in Red Dead Online's future updates. It's been almost 14 months since Rockstar Games actually decimated daily challenge rewards when the Bounty Hunter expansion DLC update released, and since then Rockstar went on to implement capitali in the Blood Money update, which added to our currency count in-game and really just made things more convoluted than they needed to be. I asked you all, the players, what your thoughts were about the daily challenge and gold nerfs, and if you foresaw any changes coming to currency payouts when it comes to specific content in Red Dead. So we're going to get started with this. If you enjoyed this video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, and Rockstar Games, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. For starters, the entire gameplay loop revolves around the various currencies, and for some players, the ever-expanding currencies to the game are confusing, and for everyone else, it's pretty much pointless. Capitali couldn't be any more useless, and roll tokens, while they sort of force you to choose one unlock or another while ranking up a roll, those also become pointless as well when the roll is maxed out, because only once you use a roll token do you then unlock the ability from it so that you can actually purchase the roll item itself. How about this? Just let us buy the item at the appropriate rank, just like any other progression system in any other video game out there. But what if they make further changes to gold with daily challenges? They've already done it once, and what's to say they won't do it again? Or perhaps start to change the way missions pay out. Maybe a new set of missions that come into the game will not necessarily have the focus be on cash or gold, but actually on a new currency which sort of functions like capitali or roll tokens. It's currency that you can acquire to then spend, but then once you spend it on something, you don't actually get that something. You just purchase the ability to then actually purchase that specific something, if you follow me. It's now become a two-layered purchase, and it could be Rockstar's answer for longtime players having tons of money in gold. On Twitter, I asked the community if they foresee more currency nerfs or overhauls in Red Dead Online 2022, because over a year ago, Rockstar nerfed daily challenge rewards in Red Dead Online by 50%, and perhaps more currency changes are on the way next. Here is what the fans had to say. Legacy of Outlaws, my wonderful mod over on Twitch and in my Discord, says, I doubt they'll nerf anything since there's nothing to buy. Very true. We haven't had anything new to buy since December of 2020, which was the Bounty Hunter expansion DLC, and even then, it was less items that were featured in the Naturalist update, which had less unlocks in Moonshiners, which had less unlocks and new content, or basically new content in terms of items to buy, than Frontier Pursuits, etc. Matt over on Twitch as well says game updates 100% got nerfed. That's also true. We all know that, as evidenced by each DLC update getting smaller and smaller in scope and size, and also players are enjoying them left. Ed Culver says, no sense in nerfing anything. Those that wanted everything in this game have it, and if the ones that don't buy everything wanted to, they would. No benefit to nerf anything, in my opinion. And that's true, because the focus would be on the new players who would, like I said before, maybe want to opt for just buying, $50 worth of gold bars or whatever the amount is, versus just playing the game for 10 or 20 hours and accumulating a lot of gold so that they could start buying content for themselves. Red Dead Outlaws says, it's just waiting for the game buff, aren't we all? Rockstar is nerfing a lot of things, and also another player actually talked about this in the comments, which we're going to get into. Hurricane BCL7 says, we'd rather Rockstar give us content to spend our money in gold on, rather than nerfing our ability to earn because they won't put out content. I think that's one of the biggest things here. What we've seen recently in the past year is Rockstar get very small with their updates in terms of their content, and also with the Bounty Hunter expansion, I guess they were focused on the longevity of the game by nerfing the gold bar daily challenge rewards, but that's been like the story of this entire game ever since Frontier Pursuits. They're nerfing certain things while not adding new things for us to enjoy, so our content pool and ways of enjoying the game in our own way are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Bloodlust says, not gonna lie, when they nerfed the daily challenges, it was the day that I stopped logging online every day, and that was probably the worst thing ever. I think maybe even worse and more detrimental to the game's players than actually nerfing the amount of gold you're getting, because you can still make a lot of gold through the daily challenges, and we're going to get into how it was sort of OP actually, because you can earn 11 gold bars a day with a max streak. That isn't the case anymore, but what they didn't have to do was nuke everyone's streak. People had almost a 700-day streak from those daily challenges. Or, you know, people had like mid 500s or 600s. I forget what the absolute record was. I'm sure someone kept their daily challenge streak the entire time from when they started counting and showing up on the online menu to the day that they ruined it. But that was just something they didn't need to reset. I do not know and do not understand why they did that. I think that was absolutely awful, and that sent a lot of people packing. Jawa says this nerf was a good thing. In my opinion, actually, daily challenges were broken and insanely OP, and people were making like 10 gold bars a day from them alone, and it broke the gold bar economy. They were actually making more than 10 gold bars. They were making 11 because of the max streak bonus as well, or the 4-week streak bonus. You get that extra gold bar for completing your normal 7 daily challenges as well. And that is crazy, because that would only be a day and a half worth of daily challenges to buy one single role in Red Dead Online, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. And it is good for the longevity of the game for newer players not to accumulate gold bars too quickly, but still, players who have been relying on this as ways of earning currency in this game did not like this, and overall it upset a lot of people. I don't think it was done in the right way at all. I don't know why they kept it like that for almost 2 years before nuking the streaks and nerfing it. If they wanted to nerf it, I feel like they should have done it a while ago, because now everyone who took advantage of it has been able to keep the gold. If you're coming into the game now, you're not making that much gold as players beforehand were. You would have to put in so much more time and effort into this game. Xavier Knight says, I don't think they care enough to nerf it. Also true. Hashtag save Red Dead Online. Right on, brother. And then Froglord ending this says, I love how Rockstar made Red Dead Online harder in every regard for no reason and then abandoned it. When the only major changes a game makes is to make the game less enjoyable to the players, then it's time to stop supporting that company. And that's also true. They have been making it very hard for players in different ways. I always encourage people to play Red Dead Online and get into it because it is a very fun game, but the ways of earning different currencies in this game have been easier in the past, and they certainly aren't as easy now. You definitely need to put in more time. Maybe not on a skill level it's harder, but it definitely requires more time. But I think with all that said, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I want to ask you, do you think we'll see any more changes to gold, money, or even see the additions of new currencies added to Red Dead? It really would be a shame if more meaningless ones come and get added to the game. Capital could have value if they gave it value, but as it stands right now, it doesn't really mean jack. Everything else works on a cooldown timer, and so do opportunity missions. So why do I really need Capital in my satchel before I start an opportunity mission, for example? Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, tips, tricks, information, and leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. With all that said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.